Good morning, everybody. It's Captain Adonis. And we're going to play a chill game today of War on the Sea. I've been watching a lot of World War II documentaries lately, and I've been playing UBoat, as some of you well know. So I thought I'd pick my campaign back up. I have been playing a little off camera. So let me just explain what the storyline is. All right, so our objective here for Operation Watchtower is the fact that the Japanese have landed on Guadalcanal. Judge! Oh. Echoing, huh? All right, let me take a look here. I appreciate Judge letting me know that. Oh, yeah, this would be why. Bing! There you go. How's that sound? Much better? Probably no echo now. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why OBS turns my mic on, and I have, how do I put this? I have a mic turned on because I use a voice mod, so I can use my soundboard. So I get, really cool sound effects like this one.
Look what I got. I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt. And guess what's inside it?
And of course, my favorite. So, in order for me to use that soundboard, I have to have a mic programmed into that soundboard. And of course, then OBS starts up and it goes, oh, well, you have a mic. Here you go. Let's turn that on. And even though I've specifically told it not to have my mic on, it keeps turning it on. A lot of programs don't work together. Captain Fafford. Kazuri, my friend, how are you? Welcome to this stream and welcome to the game. So I appreciate you guys jumping on. I always appreciate you guys. Some of my favorite fans watching me game. I don't know how much you actually pay attention to me, but Kazuri, how did you like the 400th episode of our podcast? 7.75 years of podcasts. We're coming up on our 8th year of podcasting. That's amazing. And we did a live show for the 400th episode. Good. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad you guys we could entertain you. Mrs. Mac didn't look too excited that night. Oh, yeah. The Wowversary. Yeah. My daughter and I were just talking about that as we went to go get lunch. I have a friend of mine who used to play World of Warcraft. Yeah, exactly. And I'm pretty sure it did. And she's got other medical issues too, but she's a cancer survivor. So that's a thing too. So, and I'm pretty sure that can get you down. It got my dad down when he got cancer. He got cancer like 4 times. So, and each time it really drug him down. The chemo and all that stuff. Just, I don't know, man. A lot of shit. So, anyway, yeah, my daughter and I were talking. I got a friend of mine who's trying to get back into World of Warcraft, and he hasn't played in 7 years. So he was texting me last night. He goes, "So what level do I have to get to?" And I was like, "Well, we just had to go to level 80." And he goes, "Oh, well, perfect. I'm at level 70." And I was like, "What expansion?" And he was like, "Oh, four expansions ago." I was like, "You get to start over, buddy." He's like, "What?" So he finally got it loaded and he started up and he texted me back and he goes, "I'm level 40." And I was like, "Yep, you got a ways to go." Yeah, well, that's what happens when you take a 7-year break, for Christ's sake. What do you expect? But we'll see if he sticks with it, because he's one of these, flighty guys. He'll play for a while, and he excels at everything he does. So he'll play for a while, he'll get really good, and then he'll get bored, and then he'll quit. and then won't come back to it for years. He tried to get back into Red Dead Redemption 2 because he was telling me, he's like, I'm going to try to get back into gaming and stuff, and I just logged into Red Dead, and I'm like, oh. I say, man, the hackers have ruined that game. He got back to me, he's like, yep. Yeah. Exactly, Judge. Exactly. And that's what my daughter and I were talking about when we went to get lunch today, is that, yeah, he'll be able to level pretty quickly. It's just whether he can stick with it, because leveling sucks. I mean, at least he's not going from level 1. That's all I got to say. So, level 1 would suck even worse. All right. Well, you guys should, if you're not a subscriber, you're probably going into ad right about now. So, there you go. If you want to see it ad free, just give up coffee a month. And I used to say it was $4.99. Now it's $5.99. I had to go look, and I was like, oh my God, they raised it $1 for subscribing on Twitch. But, I mean, it's for a month. It's for 30 days. You don't have to watch any ads, and I hate ads. I really hate YouTube now, because it's like they used to do after 5 seconds you could skip the ad, and that would be it. One ad, 5 seconds, big deal. I was happy with that. Now you got to watch it for 30 seconds before you can skip the 5 seconds. It's just, and they they started it all right during the political bullshit. Just, large corporations, man. That's all it is. Large corporations. So anyway, let's get back to the game here. What I was doing is, this is... Gotcha. Yeah. I just ignore it. I skip when I can, and then grump about when another ad comes on. I watch a lot of World War II stuff on Twitch, or I'm sorry, on YouTube, and then I usually watch more Twitch streamers, even though they have ads too. But I don't mind watching the ads for a Twitch streamer, because they're making money on that ad, and I like the guy, so I'm going to watch him, and I will watch his ads too. So, I mean, I mute it during the ad, so I don't have to listen to it, but I will watch it. So, and I appreciate you guys if you guys are doing that for me too. I appreciate that. And if you're watching ad free, even better. So, but anyway, this game is a pretty chill game. It's about the Guadalcanal invasion. I don't know how much World War II history you guys know. Basically, the Japanese on the 7th of August 1942 landed in Guadalcanal, and this is a great place to launch airplanes from, to be able to hit bases. Basically, it was an infringement on Australia. But, yeah, so we decided we'd go in there and make a base. So our goal is to take over Guadalcanal and then maintain control over a couple islands. Florida Island is one of them I have to capture yet. I've already got Guadalcanal. It's not entirely mine, although it is blue now. So, and then I got to maintain the ones I already have. So I've been playing this a while. I started August 7th, 1942, and it's September 20th, 1942. So I've gone a little over a month, maybe a month, not quite a month and a half, but definitely over a month of gameplay. Bill Beto is in the house. Thank you, Bill, for jumping in the stream. I appreciate that, all the way from across the seas. He had a little bit different World War II campaign going on over there in England. His was more about the Germans. Ours were more about the Japanese. Well, on this side, I consider myself a West Coaster, so that's where I primarily operated. Well, no, I take that back. Was I primarily? That's where I ended up on when I was in the Navy. I ended up on the West Coast, but I started in the East Coast, and I did a lot of traveling in the Atlantic. Went up north into the North Atlantic. Went into the Mediterranean. We eventually sailed around South America. That was fun. And then came back and ported in Seattle. So that's where the ship is actually currently. The ship that I was on is currently based out of is out of Seattle. It's not Seattle, but Bremerton, Washington. But regardless, that's the shipyard there. But we went through all these areas. I don't know that we ever got this close to. Yeah, well, and that was, that's why I went in. I talked to my uncle, who was in the Navy for 22 years, I think. Retired as a Master Chief of the Navy, and was in during the Vietnam conflict, and I think Korea. I'm not positive on that one, but I know the Vietnam was definitely, he was there for that. And so when I decided I was going to go into the service, my parents said, well, you need to talk to your uncle because he was in. So I went and talked to him, and he basically said the one thing that will always stick with me that I tell people all the time now is that you can go in the Air Force and you can get stationed at one place like Germany. Okay, and you're going to be there your entire career if you want to be. 20 years, you can do it all in Germany on some Air Force base and have a great time in the chair force. Living in hotels and eating steak dinner every night. You could do that, or you could join the Navy and see the world, which I am a testament to. Now, Mac, on the other hand, he's not a testament because he got shore duty. He never went to sea when he was in the Navy the whole time he was in. But I did. I went to sea the entire time I was in. Started off on the East Coast and got transferred to the West Coast, so I sailed around the world. That's why I know the world is round and not flat. Even though my brother thinks it's flat. Yes, my brother. My biological brother. Not like some of you brothers. No, Bill, sorry. I mean, and I hate to tell you, but Alaska and Hawaii are not next to each other either. Because every map you look at, Hawaii is right next to Alaska, and Alaska will get, 50 below zero weather, but Florida will be 70 and sunny. You wouldn't believe. You can Google. You don't even have to Google search it. Just go to YouTube and look for that. And there are people that believe Alaska is next to Hawaii because that's where it's at on the map. So, just because we have brains and we evolved from chimpanzees doesn't make us smarter than chimpanzees. Sometimes I think it's better to be dumb. But regardless. So anyway, I don't know that I ever made it down south. Australia was one of the ports that we couldn't go to. That's true. It's like having a driver's license. Just because you have a license to drive does not mean you know how to drive. I've said that for years. Oh, man. Yeah. And I heard the other day that they were putting female hormones in beer. They're putting estrogen in beer now. So what they did is they did an experiment where they gave 100 guys all the beer they could drink. And sure enough, they couldn't drive. You had to wait for the punchline there, Bill. You had to wait for the punchline. Yeah, I'm sure if there's any women on right now, my wife always just throws something at me. So they couldn't drive and they couldn't shut up. So yeah, that's because they drank too much beer. It's how they know there's female hormones in beer. I love that joke. You gotta be in proper company to tell that joke though, or at least with somebody who understands. It's just a joke. Comedy, people, comedy. All right, so let me explain what I did so far. So I wanted to. This game is there's no mods in this game. It is, from what I understand, a lot better game if you do download a mod called the Tokyo Express. Unfortunately, the Tokyo Express mod isn't updated to where you can use it on this version of the game right now. So, yeah, yep, yeah. I got a fleet of planes right here that took off. I think from down here, or no, maybe it was. I don't remember. So anyway, no, I think they were down here. They're down here in Cooktown. These guys are all Cooktown. Let's see. Yeah, Cooktown. Those are all Cooktown Avengers. And they're doing nothing but spotting. They don't do anything else because it's like, I don't even think they're carrying any ordnance. No, they're not. There's no payload availability at all. So they're just scout planes. So they're just going out, fanning out, and just making sure, we're not catching any ships, Japanese ships, coming in and out. All right. So basically, this is my home port down here, New Hebrides. I don't know how to pronounce it. New Hebrides. That's our home port where we're conducting all of our operations out of. I came up here. First thing I did is I took Renal Island and I made an air base there. So that way I had some planes. I had some Wildcats and some Avengers I can use out of here. So if I catch anything up here, which is where Guadalcanal is at right here, if I catch any Japanese ships up here, I can at least send some planes out to attack them. Now, I've already taken Guadalcanal. There's just a little sliver of resistance left at Guadalcanal, but I've got 8,500 troops and 8,500 supplies, so I should be good. The goal is to build a level 5 air force or air base, and I'm at a level 3 right now. I need 300 engineering, 300 fuel, and 3,000 supplies. So I've got the supplies. I just got to bring the engineering and the fuel over. And then once I do, I'm going to take these troops and I'm going to jump them over to the Florida Islands. I may go over to Melita and take it, or even Russell Islands, just extend the campaign a little longer. Just take these back from the Japanese. We'll see. I haven't decided that yet. But every week you get new supplies and you get new troops. And what they have is these command points. If you look way down at the lower left-hand part of the screen, I have 75 command points to spend, and that's what you spend on ships. So let me show you. So like this ship, if I wanted to bring in this particular class of submarine, this is a Tambor class submarine, it would cost me 10 command points. Then I have a Gato class submarine that'll also cost me 10. Then you can change what you're bringing in, what you're buying. And here's a Carolina class battleship that'll cost me 80 command points if I wanted to buy it. Now I only have 75. I had 200 to start the game with. So I wanted to change this up a little bit. That was my goal with this game, is to change it up and try to do... It probably is. It's Hebrides. Yeah. Hebrides. Okay. I'll remember that. Thank you, Bill. I always love getting language lessons, because I like to be correct, but, it's like aluminum or aluminium. Data, tomato, potato. It's a wonderful day. Oh, I'm such a comedian. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so I wanted to try something different. I wanted to do like the Germans did, because I got into U-boat playing that game. And Yes, you do. I wanted to try the whole Wolfpack U-boat thing, so I spent the majority of my 200 command points on submarines. So right now I have a picket line going across here and a picket line coming across here. And this is called the Tokyo Express, this alleyway right here. It's also known as the Iron Bottom Sound because so many ships got sunk. Well, then when I was doing research, I realized that when they were sending ships, when the Japanese were sending ships down, they always came from Rabaul. And so they'd come down here and they'd come into here, this channel. They'd come through here and then they'd sneak through here and then down the back side of the island to get to Guadalcanal and Melita and Florida Straits. They would stay away from this. So they'd cut out between. So I set up a picket line up here. I had a couple of ships, I had a couple of subs here, but they already encountered people and they got damaged. Yeah, this one got three points of damage. Basically, its propeller and rudder were damaged. I almost lost that one. He was depth charged really well. So I'm sending him down to get repaired. Meanwhile, I've got to replace him, but I'm going to leave it for right now. I'm not going to put anybody there because they come through here and they come up here. Now, one of the choke points that I found, which is really good, is right out of Rabaul, this choke point between these two islands. So I'm sending this Haddock. Oh no, Haddock's coming back. No, Haddock's going up. So Haddock is heading up here to do that. And the Halibut just came from there and he's out of torpedoes. He has 2 torpedoes left out of 24. So I'm sending him down here to Rennell to get rearmed with more torpedoes, and then he'll head back up and help out the Haddock. So I'll have 2 submarines there, and I should be able to sink anything coming out of here. Now, what I've been getting out of here is cruisers and destroyers. So to be like 2 cruisers and, well, it's usually one cruiser and 2 destroyers, but then they send that out in a couple of waves, and then they link up before they come down here through the Tokyo Express. They link up together, and then there will be 2 cruisers. So when you find them down here, there's 2 cruisers and 4 destroyers. And then somewhere they pick up troop ships and they start escorting troop ships down the backside. So I'm guessing the troop ships are coming from out here somewhere. Maybe they're coming from Tokyo or from Japan, and they're coming across the Pacific Ocean and they link up. That's what I'm guessing so far. I don't know if the game's got that much AI into it, but I do know that I have a lot of submarine battles in this game, so that's why I've labeled it a Wolfpack. It's not really a Wolfpack. I tried that to begin with. I had 3 or 4 ships in one group together, but what was happening is the ships were getting by me. They weren't, the submarines weren't catching them. And all of a sudden I'd have this big group of ships out here, and I was like, how the hell did they get there? So I did some reading, and people were like, well, we just did a picket line across there, and then we'd catch them coming up, and we'd send our planes up. So that's what I've been doing. Well, my aircraft carrier, the USS Wasp, there's only one of those. I just turned in down here to New Hebrides. Yeah, New Hebrides is what you said that. Okay, so anyway, I just turned him in to get him refueled and refit. That'll take 3 days. Right now, he's still on his 3rd day, so I just got him in there. I've got 2 submarines that are about ready to come out. That'll give me a couple of my submarines back. These guys were damaged on depth charge attacks, but not destroyed. I did have some losses. I have lost 3 submarines total in the entire time I've been doing this, for a total of 7,200 tons. And I lost 118 aircraft. A lot of that aircraft being downed was I think they snuck a carrier in close and sent a whole bunch of zeros in, and of course all of my fighter aircraft were doing search. We're fanned out for searching for ships, and a lot of them got taken out. Nice, Kazuri. Nice. That's why they make earbuds, dude. Earbuds are the thing. I have these. They're skull candy earbuds. I don't know if you can see that. I have to put it in front of my face. Yeah, I was talking out his ass. Skull candy earbuds. I think these were like $100. Not bad, but man, noise canceling. You can use them on the lawnmower. You can't even hear the lawnmower. But yeah, that way it's always in your ear. And my former boss hated that because she'd walk in and I'd be listening to a podcast, and as soon as I felt her come in, I'd be like, okay, yeah, no problem. I will talk to you later. Thanks for calling. And she thought I was on the phone. And I was actually listening to my podcast. Or I'd be listening to another streamer. So, yeah. A lot of people do that. A lot of people do it. Anyway, so I lost 3 ships this entire time. And now I'm going to show you the enemy losses, because I've lost 7,200 tons. Here's my enemy losses. They've lost almost 500,000 tons. They've lost 83 ships. Now, I've lost more aircraft. They've only lost 88 aircraft. And the majority of the aircraft lost were scout planes. Yes. And here's the thing that I don't like about the game, is that they have access, the Japanese fleet has access to all their ships that they had in the entire war, they have access to, which didn't work that way. They had ships assigned to certain areas, and then when those ships got destroyed, yes, they may bring 1 or 2 down, but they couldn't, if they did, they had to weaken another area. So it is very one-sided. I have sunk 1 battleship. It was a right there, the Nagato. The Nagato battleship, 39,000 tons in 1 ship. That is the sister ship to the Yamamoto. I did see the Yamamoto. I did do some damage to it, but I did not sink it. I thought it would be back, and I haven't seen it since. Then one day I just came across the Nagato, and I said, all right, Nagato's going down. I don't care what I have to do to sacrifice, she's going down. So there's not a lot of as far as the history is concerned, there's not a lot of realistic play. So it is a board game, it's a simulation, but as far as following history, nah, it's not following history. So, but for right now, let's see, I just got that guy, he just dropped off some supplies to even Guadalcanal out, so I got 85 on both. They say you should have 1 supply for every troop. So I'm sending him back down. I've got this guy. There's no protection for these guys whatsoever. These are just tankers and troop ships. And so they're coming over and they're going to come down. I know there's submarines operating. The game is linear, so they know I'm going to go from Rennell to here. So if I just go straight, I'm going to encounter a submarine. Where here I'll go out and down. It's a longer trip, but I don't encounter the submarines then. I do have, I think this guy, yeah, he's low on fuel coming back. I do have these guys going out and protecting this freighter group, and these are Avengers that are carrying depth charges. So we've got at least some protection for them, but not all the time because they can only fly around so far. or fly around it for so long. Yeah, and then I don't know what these guys did. I'm sending these guys up and around. This is my new supply run. I've got fuel and engineering supplies coming up, and this should be enough here to make this go from a 3 to a 4. Because I already have 100 there, so I'm sending 200 and 200, and then a few more troops. Or no, I'm sorry, a few more supplies. The ships are carrying supplies, right? Oop, that's not the ship. That's a plane. Anyway, what I was saying is that, this guy's coming out of here, but I don't know what the hell's up with all of his escort planes. They're all flying out here. So I'm going to have to return all these. It's a screw up in the programming. They're supposed to be flying cap. They're supposed to be flying around the ship just to kind of catch, if they can catch a submarine on the surface or something, but they're just not doing what they're supposed to do. So, yeah. Yes, five. Hold on, let me ask my daughter. I don't remember if it's 570 or 580. Let me see what she says. Hey, what's our item level for Friday? Yeah, it's good enough for Friday, but I mean, we clear that entire dungeon on Friday. Yeah, 574. Yeah, I think it's 570-ish, right in there. It just depends on how many people are coming. All right, she says 571 to 575. So yeah, you should be good. Kazuri, you should be good. I'll let her know that you're coming. Because mommy's not here. She's down in Arizona with her actual mother. So my daughter is the gatekeeper for the raid. And if she doesn't have your information, Kazuri, message me because I will be playing Friday. Yeah, if she doesn't have you, just message me in game and I'll get her to let you in. So, yep, not a problem. Yeah, I'm only raiding on Fridays until I get my gear score up. I don't even remember what it's at right now. I have to look. I didn't even look to see with the Tuesday update. Did we have to? Do you not have the raid Discord? Because we don't use the Lions Pride Tavern. We use a different Discord for our raid. Because if you don't, let me know and I will send you the link to the raid Discord too. No, and I don't mind, guys. Seriously, I don't mind talking World of Warcraft. I'm just online to do something during the day. I've already applied for the jobs this week for unemployment. So I either sit and watch YouTube all day or I stream. Okay. I will. I think we're friends in WoW. So when you see me come on, just let me know and I'll get you a link to it. Actually, hold on. Let me see if you're in Discord. Oh, okay. Yeah. The Discord is in the guild. Okay, yeah. I thought that's where Mommy had it stored. So go to the guild message of the day or whatever it's called, and there should be a link there to the Discord for. It's called Fellowship of the Thing Discord. I think is it that's what it's called? Fellowship. Yeah, Fellowship of the Thing Discord. So that's the Discord we use for raid. Lions Pride Tavern is an open public Discord, so we don't care who comes in there, but we restrict who comes into Fellowship. Yep, perfect. There you go. Make sure to let them know. You sure you don't want me to talk out your butt anymore? That's funny shit right there. I may use that on the podcast, Kazuri. That I was talking out your butt. Anyway, she says just, Fridays are usually our busiest night. So we got to make sure we get all the core players in first, that they have a spot, and then she'll get you in. So just bear with us. Now that winter is approaching, more people are getting back into WoW. So we're going to come to a point where, I mean, so far Fridays have not been full. Yeah. So far Fridays haven't been completely full. We haven't had a full 30 yet, so we shouldn't have a problem with that. She's got to go by priorities. And then, her mom, she's got her mom's laptop, so she knows who's been coming every week and who hasn't. So we give priority to people who are actively playing. So, and of course, people who've been with us for years. So, but yeah. Yeah, well, I haven't seen the fights either. That last weekend was my first week back to raid, and I think I died 3 times. That last boss was the one that I kept dying on. I just could not figure out what the hell we were doing. But yeah. But I think everybody did good. We got through them. We got it down. Saturday's another story. They got to the second boss and got hung up again. But they'll get it. It just takes time and practice. So, all right, let's get some rolling here. Yeah, no, and that's when they do heroic. So you got to know the fights by then. So don't sweat Fridays or Saturdays. Even I don't go on Saturdays. Not until my gear score gets up, and I know the fight's a little better. Hopefully Mac will be with us on Friday. But I don't know. Just depends. I need to make fun of somebody laying on the floor. Well, all right, let's see what's going to happen here. I don't think there was anything I needed to do prior to starting out. Ready to launch air. Oh, I need to return all these guys. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. All right, return to base. Return to base. RTB. See, this is their flight pattern. They're supposed to be flying, but yet they're clear the fuck up there. I don't know why. All right, so here's the thing again. See, is that ship moving? No. See, this is supposed to be moving. So this is the problem when you get so many planes and ships and all that stuff out here. Sometimes this shit doesn't work, and that's pissing me off. This guy's not moving at all. So I've got to redo his course to here. Then he'll start moving. Same way with this guy. Now they're moving. Haha. Okay, here's another battle. So this is that same group. So now there's 6 ships. Those might be all destroyed. Now it's saying 2 CLs, 2 DDs, and it may be, and they may have picked up troop ships. So, see what we got. Just one, just the fin back. Is the only sub close enough. Alright. Let's see what we've got over here. Yeah, so this is the same group I've been working on. This is just, I destroyed both of the cruisers, and these are all destroyers. So I may just let these guys go right on by, because destroy, who knows, we'll see. How many torpedoes does Finback have? He's got 14 left in the front, 10 in the back. So he's got 24. That's, yeah, that's how many he should have. So he's fully armed. So I may, the problem is they're destroyers. So they can drop depth charges. Let's see how far away they are from me, what direction they're going. Get my radar going here in a second. There we go.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
Give God McGraw! Thank you very much for following. I was just watching your stream. You just made my follower goal of 430. No, 429. Okay, well, hey, close enough, right? Close enough for government work. I really appreciate that. Give God McGraw is going to be with our stream tomorrow. Now, tomorrow, guys, we are playing Starship Troopers Extermination. And we're going to be playing the new company missions that they have out there. It's a brand new map. If you play Starship Troopers and you want to get involved and you're, you know, one of my followers here, by all means, get a hold of me, DM me. I will get you an invite if you play Starship Troopers. If you love Starship Troopers, oh my God. It is the funnest game in the world. We quote all sorts of great one-liners from the movie. You know, I'm doing my part. Dude, I have got a mess of one-liners from Starship Troopers already set up, ready to go.
I'm doing my part.
The only good bug is a dead bug.
I have got so many of those set up. This one's a good one.
It's an ugly planet! A bug planet!
I will be playing those, and you get to hear them through Discord too, Gib. So be ready for that one. And of course, then I got a few extras in there.
Never give up. Never surrender.
I'm Batman.
So you'll get to hear them all. But the biggest one is always this one.
Medic!
Medic! All right, enough of that. Can't waste them all. Can't waste them all.
Yeah.
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 Anyway, back to the game. So I've got. I don't know if I want to take these guys on because they'll drop depth charges on me big time. So let's see if I can pick them up on. Here we go. There. All right. Now at least, ooh, got some airplanes coming in here. All right, let's go to the tactical screen. So they're coming straight down the channel here. I could turn, get lined up on them, but right now they are at 4,600 yards. I'm way too close. If I shoot at them, they're going to attack me. Smart thing would be, because here's the thing. So it's 4 destroyers. So anytime you sink a ship, you get command points for just sinking the ship. Destroyers are only worth 1 command point, and they are the most deadly to submarines. So they're almost not worth hitting. Now, if it had 2 cruisers on it, the light cruisers are actually, those are worth 3 points apiece. They take a hell of a lot more torpedoes to sink. I could probably sink 2 of these destroyers, but then I'd have the other 2 on my ass. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive. I'm going to go silent and dive. And I'm going to let them go right on by and not hassle them at all. If I had aircraft in range, I would send them up there, but I don't have... Well, I might. No. B-17s won't make it that far. So I'm sure what they did is they went up to wherever they go up here, up north, and then come back through. Oh, dude, this is the game you want to play, Gib. Then by all means, yes. So basically, let me stick with me for just a little bit, and I'll show you the other map. So right now, what I'm in is a tactical map. So basically, what happens is you have a big overall map, and when ships collide, or a plane collides with a ship, or whatever, and this is about the Guadalcanal campaign. So it's about taking over Guadalcanal. But there's a lot going on here. Once you have that encounter, you go into a tactical situation, which is where you actually come in, and then you get to see the ships, and you get to use torpedoes or fighter planes to drop bombs on the ships, or you do ship-to-ship combat where you're shooting your long guns at each one of them. But I'm going to let these guys go by, only because they're not worth the points, not worth the headache. I don't want to lose. A submarine. So let's just do this really quick. Yep. Okay, radar is going away because I'm diving. There we go. Now I should be able to escape. There we go. And that's it. All right. So I encountered that guy right up here. Here's the fin back. I encountered him right here. So I encountered him coming through here and then up through here. So when they came through here, I sank one cruiser. And then they moved to here, and the Gato sunk. I think it was the Gato. Yeah, because he's only got 14 torpedoes left. They came through here, and I sunk the other cruiser. They went up, did whatever they were doing, and now they're coming back through, and they're going to go back this way. So that's why Finback, it's like they have an indoor and an outdoor. So once you learn that, you can predict where they're at. I may put like two submarines and two submarines. So I have two submarines to attack them with. So right now, here's the full map. Australia's down here, New Guinea. This is Guadalcanal right here. This is New Hebrides. Hebrides? Yeah, I think that's the way he said to pronounce it. New Hebrides. Yeah, New Hebrides. That's our base of operations, and Rabaul up here is the Japanese base of operations. That's their home base. So they own all these other islands on these chains. Our goal is to start from here and move up the chain. So I've already taken over Guadalcanal a lot earlier than history books did. Yes, very crazy large scale. It has aircraft carriers, it has battleships, it has cruisers, light cruisers. Here, let me just show you the units we have here. So these are all the American units. So you have, let me get it in the center of the screen here. Get rid of this, put that down there. You have two types of submarines. You've got the Tambor class, and then you've got the Gato class. And then you switch into destroyers, and there's tons of destroyers. So let me just sort them by this, and then you have Farragut class, Porter, all the way down through to the Fletcher class, which is, in my opinion, the Fletcher is the best destroyer. And then you go from destroyers to light cruisers, where you've got the Brooklyn class, you've got the Cleveland class, the Atlanta class. Then you go into the actual cruisers, heavy cruisers, where you've got Pensacola, Northampton. I mean, so if you're into the ships, battle-wise, this is the game you want to play. Now, we have War on the Sea is this game. Now, it's been out for a while, but there's another one that I didn't mind playing. This one's in the Pacific. The other one I play is in the Atlantic, and that is called, is that it? Atlantic Fleet. I haven't played the Germans there, though, but Atlantic Fleet is a simpler version of this one. I think it's made by the same company, if I remember right. They got more into War at Sea is when they got more into the tactical part of it, where Atlantic Fleet's got the tactical, but it doesn't have a great overall map like this one. You know, where you've got to place your ships in a picket line so you can catch any ships coming through. Well, I placed my submarines in a picket line. That was one of the things I wanted to try with this game. Is I didn't want to do the typical historical, I'll get a carrier and then, fight them off with a carrier. I wanted to do perfect. See, I wanted to do more of a Wolfpack action, so that's the way I started. So you start the game off when you start the campaign with 200 command points. Now, each ship has a cost to it. Like this Pensacola class heavy cruiser it's going to cost you 22 command points. Okay. Every week you get like 75 command points. Maybe it's 70, 10 for each day. But you start off with 200 to purchase all your ships. Well, normally people purchase an aircraft carrier and they're $130. And so you have 70 bucks left to get the rest of your fleet. And you've got to be able to protect your carrier. So you're going to want a couple of destroyers to protect against subs. You want a couple of cruisers to protect against surface ships. Holy shit, you get one fleet. That's it. One. That's it. That's all you get. And it's like, oh my God, that's you still got to buy freighters and oilers to move your cargo so you can invade. Troop transports, you got to have those, and those all cost like $10 a piece. So I went a complete route of submarines. Submarines are cheap; they're $10 a piece. So I think I did 13 to begin with. Yeah, I did. I did $130 worth of submarines, and the rest were destroyers and merchant ships, oilers, troop transports, tankers, that kind of stuff, to do invasions. So I had an assault force, and I had protection for the assault force. And then I brought the submarines up here to take care of the Japanese ships. It's been working so well, Gib. Let's just put it this way. Here are my losses. I have lost 3 submarines. And I've been playing since August 7th, and it's September 20th right now. I've lost 3 submarines. You know, hats off. Sorry, boys. You know, it happens. Respect. Right? Now, let me show you what I have taken out with my submarine force. Da 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 do boom. Okay. No, but I'm his son, Bob. Jesus was my brother. It's all good. No, I have taken out 491,000 tons of ships. I've sunk 83 of their ships. So, my suggestion is, if you like submarine combat as much as I do, I've got my old submarine hat right here. Yeah. I don't wear it unless I'm playing U-boat, though. Because it just, wearing a German Kriegsmarine hat, playing an American submarine, that just doesn't go together. And I'm not wearing a sailor's hat. I did that for 8 years when I was on board ship. No more I'll wear any American sailor hat. Navy stands for never again volunteer yourself. Yeah. Because I never understood that lyric, shave his belly with a rusty razor. Never understood that. Liebert! How are you, my friend? Thanks for jumping in the stream. Another friend of mine, Bilbetto Liebert, is also, Lee is also from the UK. You guys could be neighbors for all you know. Because there's only a couple people over there, right? You guys all know each other over there. It's like we know everybody here in the States. I personally know Madonna. No, I'm kidding. Oh, nice. The ending work day. That's probably better than the worst day of golf. Yes, exactly. Personal friends with, what's his name now? King, don't tell me. because it was Queen Elizabeth and King George. Is it George? Yep. Yay, thanks, Gib. Appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, King Charles. I said it right as it came up, Lee. I said it right as it came up. I wasn't cheating. No, I was cheating. No, my wife is big time into all that British royalty. She knows all the who's, cousins, blah 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 stuff. So, yeah, King Charles. I've been meaning to ask you guys, and I wanted to wait a while to see how it's going over there. But so, is it a lot different being under the king versus the queen? I know they don't have a lot of power. That's still your parliament that has all that power, just like us here. But I mean, he's kind of symbolizes like our presidency. I mean, realistically, is it any different than when you're under your queen? I mean, and if you don't want to say, I understand that too, but not really. Okay, yeah. I kind of figured there wasn't going to be a big change. Yeah, they're figureheads. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, I know the big thing you guys had issues with was getting out of the whole UK or the European. What the hell was that called? You guys know it better than I do. Trust me. Yeah, the EU. Yeah, getting out of that. Has that helped your economy, the European Union? Has that helped your economy better? Because that's what they were saying it was going to do. It wasn't going to help the Europeans, but, I get that. I mean, living here in America, anytime there's a conflict anywhere in the world, what do they go to? They run to Big Brother America and say, hey, these guys are picking on me. Can you help me? I get, especially when we've got homeless living in the streets. Right now, they're letting everybody through the border. It just really grovels my ass. Yeah. But, I mean, who else are you going to call? If you got a problem in the world, who are you going to call? Ghostbusters? You're gonna get a hold of the Polish Navy or the Swedes? No, you're going to go to the biggest kid on the block and say, hey, give me a hand, help me out with this guy. He's being an ass. And I get that. But, man, there's, I really hate seeing my brothers and sisters losing their lives overseas and to conflicts that really, do we have an interest in it? It's possible. When Saddam Hussein when he invaded Kuwait, that just has to go right towards the oil supply. So, and that's not just for us. That's worldwide oil supply. So I didn't have a problem with that. Novo, thank you very much, my friend, for jumping in the stream today. I appreciate that. Novo, you're currently in the hospital in UBoat, by the way. You have bronchitis or bursilosis? One of the two. You're still in the freaking hospital. So I'll be playing Starship Troopers Elimination tomorrow. I was gonna do UBoat today, but I've been watching a lot of. It's a really cool program on YouTube. It's an old black and white movie. It came out like right after World War II, probably during the Korean conflict, but it was called Silent Service. You guys should be able to look it up. YouTube. It's a series of, basically what they're doing is they're telling stories and they're reenacting them of submarine missions that happened during World War II. It's kind of cool because I've come across some actors like, holy shit, I remember that guy, and he was like really young in this one. So if you haven't watched it, Silent Service is called The Silent Service. I don't know, there's probably 30, maybe 35 episodes, something like that. But they're all pretty good. Bookmarked. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, good program. But I've been watching a lot of those recently, and that's why I didn't stream yesterday at all. I was watching yesterday. I was like, man, I should get back into UBoat, but I don't like to stream the same game over and over and over and over and over, day after day after day, because I don't want you guys to get bored and go, oh God, he's streaming UBoat again. I want to be a variety streamer, so I thought I haven't streamed this one in a while. We're on the sea. It's got a lot of UBoat action in it. As we just saw prior to you coming in, I ran into 4 destroyers, but I decided not to sink them. But anyway, I know Gib is lurking, but there's the tonnage sunk so far. So we're doing well. We're doing well. I can't say that I'm losing this campaign, and it is on normal. So, I don't think there's a hard mode. You can increase the difficulty, but it's bad enough this way. Yes. It is silly in a couple of points. But the action is there. That's later on in the war, though, too. So Greyhound wasn't something that happened right at the beginning. That happened later after the U.S. got involved with escorting the tanker or escorting ships. Right, Lee? So I pulled this clip totally right out of Greyhound.
Greyhound, this is Grey Wolf. We hunt you and your friends Eagle, Vicky, and Harry.
Yeah, so I've been using that in my Greyhound, or in my UBoat. Yep, yeah. So I've been using that little sound clip out of Greyhound. But Tom Hanks does a pretty good. He does a pretty good. He's a pretty good actor, so it wasn't too bad. I enjoyed the. I don't know. The other game I play is called. Is it Destroyer Command or just Destroyer? I don't know. Let me look it up here real quick. I think it's just Destroyer. Hold on. Yeah, it's called Destroyer the U-Boat Hunter. That one is very similar to Greyhound, but it's got, a little bit more on how to use sonar and depth charges and so on and so forth. But I found that the depth charges, which they totally did in real world, dropping depth charges would actually harm, depending on how shallow they were, harm the hull of the ship if you weren't careful. You had to travel at a certain speed, so when you threw the depth charges over, you were far enough away from the explosion that it wasn't going to cripple your own ship. In Destroyer the U-Boat Hunter, what I found is I get right over them, and then I stop, and I just drop depth charges on them. And as they move, I just move with them and keep dropping them right on top of them until I destroy them. So it's kind of goofy that way. I mean, it's kind of cheaty, but it's a good game. If you haven't played it, I recommend it. If you want to get on the other side of the action, my favorite game of all times with any U-Boat game at all is Wolfpack. If you don't have Wolfpack, you've got to get Wolfpack. Now, it's a little boring right now because all it is you create a scenario of a convoy and then you put your ship in the middle of the convoy and you sink ships. Okay, pretty straightforward. It's multiplayer though, and you can have 4 ships with each ship having a crew. I think it's 6 people now. So you're talking 24 players if you man all 4 submarines, and you can do a true Wolfpack on a convoy. And of course, they have destroyers, so the destroyers try to sink you. And then you've got your different types of merchant ships. So it's not just the C3 class and that's it. There's other classes, because it wasn't just our merchant ships, the U.S. merchant ships that were going across the Atlantic. It was also British. It was also Canadian. Anybody else who could throw a supply ship our way so we could bring supplies to the British. So that's kind of cool, because your identification, your chart for identification, if you really want to get technical about it. Of course, you need to in order to know the depth of the keel, so you know how deep to set your torpedo, the height of the ship you need to know, so you can judge distance, stuff like that. All come into play when you're talking about ship recognition. But Wolfpack is by far my favorite U-boat game of all times. Now, their roadmap looks terrific. The stuff they're doing, absolutely looks amazing. The last thing they added was the mechanics, the diesel and electrical engineers on board ship. So if you're assigned as an engineer, that's all you do. You don't get to look through the periscope. You don't get to be a lookout on the bridge. Your job is to maintain the diesel engines and the electrical engines. That's it. So to me, I think that's cool as shit. There's a radio operator, there's a navigator, there's a dive officer, then there's your why can't I think, your dive officer and your helmsman. Your helmsman steers the boat, your dive officer goes up and down, your navigator acts as your TDC, your torpedo computer guy, and then your radio operator is also. Now, what's cool is your radio operator has an Enigma machine. So I know you guys are familiar with that play U-boat. The Enigma machine, you actually have to operate, code, and decode messages as they come in. So they'll come in garbly-gook, and you have to set the code, you have to set the rotors to the right 3 rotors, and then decode the message as it comes in to figure out what is being said. That is cool as shit. And then, the hydrophones are also operated by the radio operator. So then you have hydrophone operation. That in itself is a skill. I've tried it, and oh boy. Yes, Novo, look at Wolfpack. And anytime, if you get it and you want to play it, you just let me know. We'll get you in our Mahula Discord, and we'll play a game one of these days. Yep. Oh, there's actually a whole tutorial school, and I require you to go through it. To be on the boat. If you want to be the navigator, you got to learn how to navigate. Yeah. And you go through their whole tutorial. There's a test. It's a multi-choice test, but there's a test, and you have to score high enough to get your certificate. And then when you get your certificate, you can present that to anybody. So and that's the way they're kind of doing this, is that you go to the class, you do the class, and that it tells anybody else, if you show them your certificate that you've passed navigation school, that you know how to navigate the U-boat. So if you join somebody, they can at least put you in a position that you're qualified for. I think that's fantastic, because that's exactly what we did in the Navy. You had to qualify your watch station before you'd even attempt to stand that watch station. So they're going down the right road as far as I'm concerned. It's going to be a niche game. It's not going to be for everybody. It's not a simple game. It's a difficult game. So that being said, why isn't this guy moving? Sorry, it's one of those things on this game that really pisses me off. Kazuri, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. So I don't know if I know about that one. What happened with the Buckley? So obviously that's a U.S. ship. You know what? That might be. I think I just saw that on that silent service. Okay, I'll look it up. I'll look it up and take a read on it. The USS Buckley. It sounds familiar. Like I should know what it's doing. Why is this one going all the way back? Oh, this is the one that's really damaged. Yeah. Okay. But is he actually moving? That's the question. So something I found with this game, once you get so many ships and planes out there, it doesn't like it like freezes some of these. Okay, it's moving. That's moving. Just got to make sure the ships that are supposed to be moving are moving. All right, so that means those destroyers that came up here are now coming down the backside, and this is their screen of planes right here. These are okay. I will definitely read it. Whoa. Oh, that's don't care about that. Well, let's just go in here and let's take out this float plane. So this is what's cool about this game is as soon as you have an encounter, no ships, just planes. I got 4 Wildcats. We just got to find this guy yet. There he is. All right. So now we're going to attack this float plane. This is the Japanese float plane. It's just a scout. The AI on this thing for flying isn't the greatest. It's like that float plane's turning into us. Totally missed. Now it's doing this circling battle where the tail gunner is shooting at me. See, and what it likes to do is get up behind it and then shoot it. A lot of times what will happen is that because the way the AI is set up, now I was shooting the machine gun at it. Obviously the plane shoots when you're far away and you see the tracers going by, but you're not shooting. So I shoot it early, and that way when I get close enough I actually hit it. Now, I obviously lost half my ammo down here. You see that little green bar down here? That's the ammo. But I shot it down. And that's the end of that encounter. Oh, that's what I'm going to do. This, retreat, leave, confirm. And I shot down one more plane. So that means that group of destroyers that came through the pass up here is coming down this way. So my submarines should be able to take it out once they come down here. But I don't have a problem with 2 or 3 submarines shooting at a bunch of destroyers. But they're probably going to pick up some merchant ships and have merchant ships with them when they come down through. And that's the real target, is the merchant ships. So, anyway, okay, so sent by the commander of the Buckley. Yeah, I will definitely look that up. No, well, I'm all about the history, and some of the things they did was just amazing. All right, got 20 command points. Okay, so that was my 2. Yep, that was my 2. So one more day has gone by. So I got 2 more days before my carrier will refuel and rearm. And then I can bring my carrier back out. And I'll probably bring a different carrier out, a little bit more powerful carrier. I don't know. I guess I really don't know. Why are we on air? Naval. I guess I don't know. So the big difference is the amount of planes they carry. There's only one, this one, that carries 36 dive bombers and 36 fighters. Torpedo bombers are okay. A lot of times the American torpedoes were stupid. They didn't work worth a shit. They were a lot of duds. I mean, let's put it this way. I fired last night in my submarine, I fired 10 torpedoes, 6 forward and 4 aft, and 2 detonated. I had 8 duds against a cruiser. That's just ridiculous. Now, I did some reading on it, and what happened is, as you're playing the game longer and longer and longer, the algorithm screws up and makes more dud torpedoes. So you want to exit the game and come back in, and then you get a fresh algorithm, and it'll allow more torpedoes to detonate. It's really a stupid thing. I'm not a programmer. I'm just a gamer. I don't know how you'd fix that, but anyway, the Essex class carrier is the one I really want, but it's not available till December 31st. So that's the one I'm really looking forward to. Although there are 24. That's the Yorktown, the Intrepid, the Hornet, Ticonderoga. Those are all the good, very, very popular Shangri-La aircraft carriers that are out there. The Lexington has the Lexington and the Saratoga, but that costs $130, and it still only has 24, 24, and 24. The dive bombers do a hell of a lot more damage in this game to ships than the torpedo bombers do. The torpedo bombers are more fodder. You know, they're just planes to get shot down when you start going in for the ships. The dive bombers do some massive damage. But you've also got to line up on the ships correctly. You don't line up on it perpendicular, you line up on it forward to aft or aft to forward, so your bombs hit properly. Learn that one really quick. But the dive bombers do the majority of the damage. But then that's the Lexington class, and there's Yorktown, which has it's still only 24, but that's the one that's got the Easy E, the Hornet, the Yorktown, and the Enterprise. So, and that one's 120. So I don't know if those are any better than the one I'm doing right now, which is the Wasp. But the Wasp, there's only one aircraft carrier, and it almost, I guess it's its own class of carrier. Yeah, I guess the looks of it is its own class, but there's only one in its class. So you can only have one of these, but it's still the same thing, 24, 24, and 24. So I really want the Essex class, but they don't come out till in December, which is fine. I'll just keep running a Wasp. I almost got enough for 2, but I can't have 2. But I'll get one more up here, get enough money ahead, I might be able to buy one of the Yorktowns or the Lexington class. Get them up here and get 2 carriers up here, Guadalcanal, and have a lot more fun. So this is one of those campaign games that you can screw up really quick and do the wrong thing and go, why the hell did I do that? Like when you're attacking with your submarine, you have forward and aft torpedo tubes, and the difference between having one selected and the other selected is a slight shading of color. A lot of times you click on it on the aft ones to see what's in range, and then you go back to the forward torpedoes and you forget to click the forward torpedoes, and as soon as you forget that, you actually shoot your torpedoes out the ass end, and you're like, God damn it, I didn't want to shoot those, so you screwed up. So I do a lot of saving. When I screw up, I back up, come back in. Like I said, I'm learning the game, learning the ins and outs. There's so much to it. How to bomb correctly. Torpedo planes should come in perpendicular. Once one ship has been hit by anything, the ships go haywire. They don't zigzag and stay in formation, which is what they should do. And then you have to just kind of determine on the zigzag where you're going to drop your torpedoes. No, they go off in one direction, off in another directions. Yeah. So, once that first torpedo or bomb hits, they scatter, which then it becomes a nightmare to try to hit them again. So, but for right now, we had one escort plane or one scout plane up here. So I'm going to guess they're coming down. So I want to make sure that I've got my 4 Avengers there. They should be able to hit it. These guys probably... I've got 4 Avengers there. And I got... How many Avengers going out? I think this is my Avenger. I got 2. So I got 6 down here. But these 2 are escorting this group back to New Hebrid. New Hebrid, whatever. I've forgotten already. Anyway, escorting these guys back because these are nothing more. This is a submarine's dream right here, to come across nothing but merchant ships and oil tankers. The Cimarrons are your oil tankers, and the C3s are your troop transports, but they're all empty. Those are all empty coming back. This one is going to come all the way back by himself. Hopefully he won't get hit, but if he does, he does. Counter with another Wildcat. Oh, there it is. See? So they found those ships. Oh, a battleship? Really? Holy shit, 10 ships in this convoy. All right, let's go take a peek at them. So they're going to try to sneak down through here. So I should be able to hit them. Oh, that would be cool if there was. It's not going to be a battleship, even though I think it might be, on a battle cruiser. We're going to go in and find out. Save game as pause play. Oh, I do have a Kingfisher. Oh, I got Kingfisher down here. It is submerged. Okay. Well, first thing we're going to do... Well, first thing we're going to do is answer the phone. It's my wife. I'll be right back. shit, Betty. Jesus. Did you see her throw that grenade? It bounced right back in my face. God. Yeah, we gotta be careful here in the town center.
There's two right here.
Yeah. Oh, I am dead. I am dead. I'm dead. God damn it.
Where did he come from?
He was a thief. He came up behind me. That is awesome. There's a fire on board. Oh yeah. That's a huge sound improvement, Red. That's huge.
There you go. Recall your right click. Right click.
Okay.
There you go. Now let's aim at the leaves and throw it.
It just
No, it's limp.
Oh, what was?
You-
It doesn't
you
throw
gotta
it.
throw-
It just drops it on the ground.
You gotta hold down the button.
Yeah.
Hold down the button and let it build up. And
All right, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. I am going to have to call it a stream right here. My wife is down in Arizona with her mother, and they're having plumbing issues. And since I used to be a plumber, she knew who to call to help get her fixed. So I have to get on a phone call with her, a video phone call, and while she gets to the hardware store to make sure she gets the right stuff, and then show her how to install it. So, yeah. I know. I appreciate it though. I do have this saved. Actually, I'm going to save it. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's just a toilet. You know, it's not like it's rocket science, but you know, when you've got two women that oh wow, they're way up there. All right, well that's cool. This will give me an opportunity to see what they are. All right. Ooh. That is a battleship. Oh, baby. I'm gonna have to identify that puppy. Oh, there she texted me already. Anyway, guys, she's texting me already. She's like, all right. Let's see what she say. Oh, she just sent me a picture of the toilet, of the inside. So I have to send her to the hardware store and get the parts and all that. So I really appreciate you guys jumping on the stream. I hate cutting it short. I really do, because I wanted to stream all day. Just so you guys know, this coming Monday. Oh God, no, she's calling again. This coming Monday is my birthday, and I will be doing a subathon for my birthday on Monday. I'm going to stream all day if I can. Please, if you want to subscribe to me, that would be the best day to do it, just to get those birthday subs going. But anyway, tomorrow we'll be playing some Starship Troopers Elimination. We got a pretty good group going so far, so we should be doing that all day. So just be looking forward to it. I appreciate all you guys jumping in from my lovely World of Warcraft community, and all you guys. God, she's persistent. Hold on. Let me just text her. Oh God, this is going to kill me. There. I put, hold on! You know, because you can tell women just to shut the hell up and leave me alone. They love it when you say that. Just get in the kitchen and cook something. They really like it when you say that. So anyway, guys, I appreciate all of you coming. Don't forget, hit that follow button for me. Hit that subscribe button over on YouTube. And Lee, we will see you tomorrow in Starship Troopers Elimination. I don't know if I'll stream again tonight. I may, since I didn't stream very long now. I only got, you know, like an hour and 41 minutes in. I really wanted to go a couple, 3 hours. So, but yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for some Starship Troopers extermination, elimination, whichever one it is. But as always, I'm Captain Adonis, and I'm out.